older than him, and he was a brat. And he was only a little kid, and he annoyed the hell out of me. That's how I can remember doing it. And Dr. Williams came down the stairs, because Mother was delivered at home, and he came down and he said, "What are you doing to your little brother?"
You're beating him up.
I did. He was a brat. He didn't change much.
Where was this? What?
On Hillary, at 28 Hillary Avenue, Morristown, New Jersey.
That's off of Western, right?
Well, how'd the other ones get their names?
Mickey? Oh, Mickey got his because my dad had a strep ear. And back in those days, they didn't have penicillin or anything else. He was a very sick man. And then Mickey had a crib in their bedroom. And he used to stand up, and he did. He had the biggest ears.
Yeah.
And my father said,
Just
he
look at
looks
any
like
picture.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I knew that
And
one.
that's how he got Mickey. Now, Billy was Goomy. No, yeah, Billy was
Ish.
Mickey was Ish. Billy had another name before Ish. But Mickey was also Goomy, because Billy didn't talk well for a long time.
Oh, he?
And then he called Mickey Goomy, and so he was Goomy. And when Mickey first went to school, when it got to be recess, he came home. He didn't know it was recess. And the principal called my mother and said, "Mrs. Jones, we've lost Carl." And she said, "What do you mean you lost?" And she goes out in Western Avenue. We live quite a way down. Here he comes, trotting out. And that was a long way from Maple Avenue up that hill, Ann Street Hill. Yeah, he didn't know it was recess.
Henry Jones named
I read
all
the
his
book.
kids after the people he was working for.
Who?
Henry Jones.
Learned
Oh,
about
right.
it now
He
and
worked for
on.
Henry Hoffman, or Dr. Hoffman. My grandfather, you mean?
Right, that's how Joseph Hoffman,
Right.
Jones.
And I don't know why Harold, but, or Marion, which is Aunt May, and Louise was Aunt Lou, Newkirk. Ralph, I have no idea why they named him that.
Well, Bill always said if we had a girl, we didn't, it's a good thing we didn't, we never really had a girl's name picked out. But her middle name, he asked me, he said, "Would you mind if her middle name is Louise?" Because Aunt Lou was his favorite aunt.
Oh,
In fact, they wanted to adopt him at one time.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? My mother, between Donald and Billy, my mother used to watch them very carefully. Donald was, because he had been so ill when I was born. And then Billy, of course, had that enlarged thymus, and when he was little, I guess that's what they called the blue babies, but that's what he had, an enlarged.
No. That really isn't what a blue baby.
Well,
right?
he had an enlarged thymus.
Isn't the blue baby has
And they shrunk it
No.
way back then with
Like a toy.
It
extra.
won't last
Yeah.
that long.
That's true, but I don't think that's what Blue Baby is. I think that's
No,
when you
that's
have
a
a hole in
RH.
your heart.
Isn't that?
Well, anyway, he was not well. Turn that thing off, don't put it toward me. She died when she was, let me see, 51.
53?
No, let me see. Jimmy was 4.
Carl said she died while he was in high school. He graduated
did,
high
he
school in
did.
54.
She died the summer that Jimmy Miller went to kindergarten, because the first picture he drew was the cemetery. So he was born 48, 49, 50, 50, 52 she died. He went to school at 4.5, but that would be,
And she was a registered nurse?
yeah, no, she was not
LPN?
LPN. Yeah, she was LPN. And I used to have to wash and iron those uniforms that stuck out like this. Stiff. And the white aprons were over it and they were stiff. And that was the uniform. Now they wear anything.
Yeah, no. I understand wanting to be as comfortable as possible, but I wish they would wear something distinct.
Yeah, because it was hot. No, hey, I thought they were dolls. I covered them up.
Oh, okay.
And my mother came and she, "What are you doing? Trying to smother those
Oh, it's
babies?"
keeping them cool. That also keeps them cool. Keeps the sun off them.
Right.
She's giving me
Remind
elbow on
me
one
what
side,
happened.
and Bill's on the other side, and Mickey's in front of me, and the two of us were hysterical.
I'm trying to remember what happened.
Because the priest kept calling Harold,
Oh, by the wrong
Harold
name.
Robbins, and
Yeah.
Harold Robbins was the filthiest author going, and we just giggled. I right away when he said, oh my God, we giggled and giggled, and
That's what Matt, and she bent way over, tapped me on the shoulder, she said, didn't he write the carpetbag?
and wheels, and yeah. Oh Lord, that was funny. That was the funniest.
Snack.
Tell you, we should get a book. We should
And
write a
stuff,
book
yeah.
of all these stories.
Yep.